Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together, and I also have inspirational shorts. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For those of you returning, happy Friday. Hope everybody's had a blessed week and having an even better Friday. So today, we're going to be reading from one of my other favorite books. I know I say every book in the Bible is my favorite, but there are some that I just don't mind reading over and over again. And that is the book of Isaiah. And I'm going to be reading from chapter 5 today, verse 21. And before I get into it, I want to preface this with pride. We're going to be talking about pride today. And it's so fitting because last night we had, Wednesday night we had prayer call / Bible study. And then last night we had book club. And in my book club, we're studying the book, The Bait of Satan. I don't know how many of you have read it, but it's an awesome book and it talks about offense and everything. But we were also talking about how pride gets in the way and how we think we know what's best. And God convicts us and humbles us that we need to just calm down and quit trying to do things off of our own strength and just let our dad handle it. Let our dad take care of it. Let our dad fight our battles for us. So in the Isaiah 5 and 21, it says, "Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes and clever in their own sight." Meaning, whoa, like, I feel bad for you if you're sitting there not letting your father fight your battles for you and not letting God take care of everything when you're up here trying to say, oh, I got this, I can do it myself. Like, let's stop trying to do things on our own strength because we know apart from him, we can't do anything. We need his help for every single thing. And if you're out here thinking that you're doing it on your own, you're sadly mistaken because you're not. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people who aren't necessarily in the Christian walk or who, aren't born again, who aren't Christians, who are just living out in the world, they're assuming that they're the ones doing it. They're like, I am my own God. You're not. The Holy Spirit is working within you and helping you do the things you need to do. You are not your own God. And I think a lot of people that practice these other spiritual things, like they meditate and they try to manifest things, that's where they're trying to say they're their own God and they can do. And you know what? I used to do it too. I'm guilty of doing that stuff years ago, but I thank God for delivering me from that because that's not the way. Don't let your pride get in the way. Stop trying to be wise in your own eyes and think, oh, I got this. I know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. And that's something we talked about in our book club last night. One of my sisters on the call, she was talking about a situation she was going through at work. And she was thinking, okay, this has been dealt with. This has been figured out. And then the situation flared up again. And she was like, man, I got pretty prideful for a second, thinking everything was taken care of and thinking that, hey, we're good. And then God will just throw something else in there and be like, no, you still need to learn some things from this situation. And I love how God convicts us as Christians. It's like when you're out there in the world, you feel guilt and you feel shame. But when you are a born again Christian, there's no guilt, there's no shame, there's no condemnation. It's just that conviction, like an actual earthly parent saying, hey, you know what? You probably shouldn't have done that. But God never makes you feel shameful. He just kind of like tugs at your heartstrings and says, hey, come on now, And I love that because as soon as I say or do something, I automatically feel that conviction. I just feel it in my soul. And I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Probably shouldn't have done that. And I said something yesterday. And as soon as I said it, and I went, but it's true, Dad. I was talking to God. I was like, but it's true. And I was like, okay, I know I'm wrong. Because as soon as I said it, he convicted me like right then and there. He was like, okay, excuse you. And I was like, sorry. But I thought I knew better, and that's the problem. We need to not be wise in our own eyes and think we know better because we don't. God is guiding our every step, our every move, everything. He's taking control of everything. So when things are going awry and things just don't seem to make any sense, let it go. Don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to say, oh, I know why this is happening. No, just let it play out. And I guarantee you, in maybe a year, maybe or 2 or 3, or maybe 5 years down the road, you can look back and finally say, that's what God was trying to tell me. Maybe I should have stepped away from that situation. Okay, I see why I went through that. And everything that we go through, God is testing us. He's trying to build up our faith, like endurance, like Really, like when I'm out there running every morning, I'm building up my physical endurance. But with God, we're building up our spiritual endurance. We're going through all these tests and these trials, and we're sitting here thinking we know better and it should have gone this way. And we don't know anything. God knows it all. He's already seen it. He saw when we were born, He saw when we we're going to die. So He already knows everything. So I said all this to say, let's not try to be wise in our own eyes and think we know everything, because we don't. Let's humble ourselves, give it to our Father, know that He knows best because He's the one running the show. All right. I love you guys. I hope this encouraged you and blessed you. And again, this came from Isaiah 5:21. You know my saying, don't take my word for it, read it yourself. All right. You guys have a great Friday and an amazing, blessed weekend. And Lord willing, I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Bye bye.